This meeting of the City of Socorro Historical Landmark Commission is set to begin. First and foremost, the City of Socorro would like to thank everyone and ask for your patience during this difficult time we have been presented with. Everyone, please remember to silence any electronics to avoid sound interruption. No disruptive behavior or outburst will be tolerated, and violators are subject to call disconnection and possible prosecution. In accordance with Section 418.016, the Texas Government Code, and by order of the Office of the Governor issued March 16, 2020, the City of Socorro Landmark Commission will broadcast the meeting scheduled today, Friday, June 26, 2020, at 6 p.m. from City Hall chambers located at 860 Rio Vista Road, Socorro, Texas, via telephone conference and live stream in order to advance the public health goal and practice social distancing to slow the spread of the coronavirus COVID 19. The public that signed up and any presenters will be called upon by the presiding officer during the meeting to speak during the public comment or their agenda item during the meeting following Government Code 551.042. La reunión de la Comisión de Propiedades Históricos de la Ciudad de Socorro está por empezar. Primeramente queremos darles las gracias y pedimos su paciencia durante estos momentos críticos que enfrentamos. Favor de poner en silencio todo equipo electrónico para evitar interrupción de sonido. No se va a tolerar ningún tipo de comportamiento perjudicial o revoltoso. A quien no siga estas reglas, su llamada será desconectada y puede ser infraccionado. De acuerdo con sección 418.016 del Código de Gobierno de Texas y por orden de la oficina del gobernador anunciada el 16 de marzo de 2020, la Comisión de Propiedades Históricos de la Ciudad de Socorro transmitirá su reunión hoy viernes 26 de junio de 2020 a las 6 p.m. desde la sala del concilio localizada en 860 Rio Vista, Socorro, Texas, por medio del teléfono y será transmitida en vivo para tomar medidas preventivas para prevenir la propagación de la enfermedad del virus corona COVID-19 a los demás y por la seguridad del público. El público y los presentadores serán anunciados por el oficial conduciendo la reunión para poder hablar durante la sección del comentario público o después de la discusión del artículo de la agenda por cual se apuntaron siguiendo las reglas del gobierno 551.042.
Hello, everyone. Before we begin, I do want to make the notation that our chair, Kathy Apodaca, is joining us by Zoom. So when we do vote, Kathy, I will need you to vote with a thumbs up for yes, or a thumbs down for a no. We can't hear you through the Zoom, so I'll need you to go ahead and either type in the chat box or just do a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the vote. This meeting for the Historical Commission is set to start at 6:21. Ms. Apodaca, can I get a thumbs up if you're in agreement for the time of 6:19 p.m. on Friday, June 26, 2020? Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down? We cannot hear you on the Zoom, ma'am. I'll need you to either agree with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Kathy, if you're at a computer, you can also use the chat to type your message, and I can go ahead and read it out loud through there as well. Ms. Apodaca, a thumbs up if you're in agreement for the call to order at 6:19 p.m. on June 26, 2020.
Is it you?
Hi,
Hello.
Kathy. Okay, we're gonna try this.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and get you
Hi.
to call the meeting to order?
I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6:23 p.m. on June 26th, 2020.
Awesome. Lizbeth, can you go ahead and call establishment of quorum, please?
Establishment of quorum, we have 5 members present. Ms. Mary Perez? Mr.
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez? Ms.
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca? Kathy?
Yes,
Okay.
can you
Ms.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Okay.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Here, yes.
And Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes, I'm here.
Line item number 3, excuse absent members. Mr. David Estrada? Can I get a motion to excuse Mr. David Estrada, please?
I'll make a motion to approve his
Is this Mary?
Aye.
It sounds like I have a first by Commissioner Mary Perez. Do I have a second to excuse Commissioner David Estrada?
I,
Second that motion, this is Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. Lizbeth, please call for the vote.
Okay, Ms. Mary Perez?
aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca? Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Yes.
And Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 4, open forum. We have 0 people signed in to speak. Line item number 5, consider and take action on the approval of meeting minutes for the January 8th, 2020 historical landmark meeting.
This is Marty. I motion to approve minutes.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Marty and a second by Mr. Alfredo. Is that correct?
Yes.
Ms. Mary Perez?
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca?
Yes,
Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Yes. Yes.
And Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 6, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for structure construction at 10257 Socorro Road.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. The applicant is requesting the addition of a structure to their residential home at the address of 10257 Socorro Road. This addition is, no wait, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The permit application for 12057 is actually for a modification to a structure for a garage door for a business. Included in your backup is examples of the picture of the conditions of the existing site. It also shows a showcase to where the new addition is going to go, as well as the purpose for the request. This aligns with our economic development strategies for the district. This item was sent through the Texas Historical Commission. No issues were identified by myself, the Historical Preservation Officer, or by the Texas Historical Commission, and staff does recommend approval. The applicant is on the call. In case anyone has any questions, the commission is free to ask.
Second that motion.
I'm sorry, this is, Ms. Sukino. I told the young lady that it was item number 6, but that it was item number 7, I think.
Ms. Ramos, we're not on your item yet, but you are up next on the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
I have a motion to approve by Mary Perez, seconded by Gilbert Lujan. Lizbeth, go ahead and take the vote.
Okay, Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca, Mr. Gilbert Lujan,
Yes.
and Ms. Marty Loya.
I refrain. I cannot vote.
Motion carried. Line item number 7, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for structure construction at 11755 Socorro Road.
Commissioners, this application is for that structural construction that I had mentioned earlier. This structure will actually be not viewable from the street. They are using like materials conducive to the original structure, which is brick and wood. It's not going to be anything protrusive that you would be able to see out of the ordinary. It is a great example of infill. In reviewing the application, staff does not have any issues with it and recommends approval. The applicant, the Ramoses, are also on the line. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and ask them that at this time. Yes, ma'am, they are doing an addition to the back of their residential home, not viewable from the street.
Approve. I
I'll
second the
second.
motion.
I have a motion made to approve by Mary Perez, seconded by Alfredo Gonzalez. Elizabeth, can you go ahead and take the vote?
Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan,
Yes.
and Ms. Marty Loya.
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 8, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for structure construction at 860 North Rio Vista Road.
Commissioners, this application is an internal application by the city of Socorro. We are requesting the commissioner's approval to go ahead and make the planning and zoning office look exactly like Chambers in terms of paint and the addition of shutters within the planning and zoning offices. It will be exactly the same colors and the exact same shutters. If anyone has any questions on the application, I can go ahead and answer them for you as well.
I make a motion to approve.
Was that Marty?
Yes.
I second that motion. This is Kathy.
I have a motion to approve made by Marty Loya, seconded by Kathy Apodaca. Elizabeth, please take the vote.
Ms. Mary Perez, Mary?
Yes, I'm sorry. I think I've dropped off. I'm here now.
Okay, I need your vote.
Did you hear the motion, Mary? Would you like us to
Uh,
repeat it?
That was for the addition, right?
No, ma'am, I'm sorry. We've gone to it's not an addition. It's just to create the same paint and shutters in the planning and zoning office.
Oh, okay. Yes. I approve.
And Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez? Mr. Gonzalez, can I get your vote?
Did we do them? Yeah, we did.
We're going to go ahead and try to call Fred. We do need him to continue the meeting just for quorum.
Okay.
May I ask the chair to go ahead and give us a break of 10 minutes so Mr. Gonzalez can reconnect?
Yes, you have permission.
Thank you.
Poco, aguántame el agua.
Vaca. I do have an aye from Mary Perez. Alfredo Gonzalez.
Yes.
Kathy Apodaca. Tito Lujan. And Marty Loya.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Line item number 9, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for structure construction at 11071 Socorro Road.
Commissioners, I do have to apologize. It was my typo on this application. I know on the agenda it does say 101171. However, Elizabeth is correct. The address is 11071. This one is going to be a 3-part application. The first application is, they're all for the same property. The first request is to paint the structure with approved colors that already exist on the district. Staff recommends approval. Yes, because there's 3 different applications for the same property. Can I get a motion to approve the first application for colors that are already approved in the district?
Make a motion to approve. I second it. This is Marty.
I have a motion to approve by Mary Perez, seconded by Marty Loya. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Kathy Apodaca, Gilbert Lujan,
Yes.
and Marty Loya.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve their paint application. Their second application is to go ahead and install a fence around their property. The fence would consist of wood and is an approved material per the guidelines. In the backup, they have provided a sketch of the property as well as an explanation of what it will look like. Staff has gone and researched and reviewed through the guidelines and finds no issue and recommends approval.
Where is that located, Victor?
I'm sorry? This address is at 11071 Socorro Road.
Okay. All
And
right, I got this.
The
Okay.
applicant is on the line. If you have any questions for him, he'll be happy to go ahead and answer them. Again, this is the second app request, and this request is for a wooden fence. Are there any questions from the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is that by Tito?
I second.
I have a motion to approve from Gilbert Lujan with a second by Mary Perez. Lizbeth, please take the vote.
Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca, Mr. Gilbert Lujan, Mr. Lujan,
Tito, are you on the line, Tito?
Yes.
Can I get your vote on the motion?
Yes.
and Ms. Marty Loya.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Commissioners, the last application for this property is actually to put an outside structure in their parking lot. It is going to be a steel box that they will use to hold an outside patio for the restaurant. This property is located to the funeral home. Staff has researched, looked into the materials, found no issue with the material. The applicant did put in their application that they are willing to go ahead and stucco the steel structure for it to match the design of the district. There is a diagram in your backup of what the structure would look like before the addition of the stucco in relative of size. The applicant has also placed an example of a similar structure at another business and has accompanied a letter of authorization for the property owner as they are a tenant. Staff, based on guidelines of the district, is willing to approve the installation of a steel box if and only if they agree to work on the described of their application to cover the steel with stucco to match the architectural design of the district. If commissioners were to agree, we would request that to be a conditional permit with that wording to be included in their COA. The applicant is on the line in case anyone has any questions.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'm sorry, Tito, did you say to approve? I have a motion to approve by Gilbert Lujan. Do I have a second? I have a motion
Victor,
to
with
first,
the
but
conditions, I guess.
I have a motion to approve by Gilbert Lujan. And I think Kathy seconded the motion and Mary's requesting if the motion can include the conditions. Tito, would you amend your motion to include the conditions as outlined by the staff?
Yes, go ahead and amend it.
Okay. The motion now reads for approval with the conditions laid out by staff to be included in the certificate of appropriateness. I have a motion to approve by Gilbert Lujan, seconded by Mary Perez. Lizbeth, can you please take the vote?
Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca, Mr. Gilbert Lujan,
Yes.
and Ms. Marty Loya.
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 10 is open for questions or comments from commissioners regarding current commission efforts and projects.
Do the commissioners have any questions or concerns regarding any activity on the district that staff can go ahead and answer or write down to go ahead and come back with answers for you?
I have a couple of concerns. Since we haven't met in a while, there's sure how we can address those.
So anytime that there's non-compliance, we do get with code enforcement. I do know of a property that's installed a fence without approval and that has gone before code enforcement already as an active case. If there's any businesses that pop up without our COA, they also go before code enforcement as an open case as well. If there's any property that the commissioners would want us to look into, I do request that they email us so we can go ahead and put them in touch with code enforcement and then can get you an answer on any cases that may be open or pending.
Okay.
What's your email, Victor?
My email address
Is
is,
that the one that,
I'm sorry?
that's where you send, that's, where we get the agendas, right?
Yes, sir. And if it's easier, you guys can go ahead and write down our office number. And that number is 915-860-8615. And even if you don't have the address, but you want us to look into a property just for compliance of the district, you can give us cross streets and we can go ahead and investigate and have code enforcement let us know of any activity or any open cases.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Marty, does that answer your question as well?
Yes, uh-huh.
Awesome. Is there anyone else from the commission that would like to discuss any pending concerns or questions? If there's no further discussion, can I go ahead and get a motion for item 11, adjournment?
I'll make a motion to
Make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn?
I have motion by Gilbert Lujan, seconded by Mary Perez. Lizbeth, can you take the vote, please?
Ms. Mary Perez, Ms. Mary Perez,
Mrs. Perez, are you on the line? I think we might have lost Mary. Will the chair recognize her motion to adjourn as a vote of yes?
all right, Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Apodaca, Mr. Gilbert Lujan,
Yes.
and Ms. Marty Loya.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 6:48 p.m.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are troopers.
Hello, Mary, I just went off again. Sorry,
Oh, it's
but
okay.
I would like